Welcome to the Global War Watch Network.
The U.S. has ruled the seas for decades, but China's new supercarrier just changed everything. That's a powerful statement, right? For as long as most of us can remember, the aircraft carrier has been the ultimate symbol of naval power. And let's be real, the United States has been the undisputed king of that hill. But now, well now, there's a new challenger on the block. And it might just be the most serious one yet to American naval dominance.
So, today we're going to put the world's two most advanced aircraft carriers head-to-head, America's own USS Gerald R Ford and China's brand spanking new Fujian. And believe me, this isn't just about two massive ships. Oh no, this is the story of a whole new era of competition on the high seas. And hey, if you want to stay ahead of the curve on all this stuff, now's a great time to hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out.
All right, so let's get into it. In one corner, you've got the heavyweight champ, the USS Gerald R Ford. It's really the pinnacle of American naval engineering, the gold standard for carrier dominance. And in the other corner, the Fujian. This thing is a massive technological leap for China's Navy, which, as we all know, is growing at an incredible pace.
Okay, so let's look at the basic numbers, the tail of the tape, if you will. The Ford, which has been in service since 2017, is the bigger beast, no doubt about it, weighing in at about 100,000 tons. The Fujian, which is slated to join the fleet in 2025, comes in a little lighter, around 80 to 85,000 tons. But here's the thing, and this is important. Don't let that size difference fool you. It's the tech they've crammed into this ship that's the real story.
You want to know the single biggest difference between these two giants? It's not on the flight deck. It's deep down in the belly of the beast. We're talking about their power source. And trust me, this one detail changes everything about what these ships can do and where they can go.
So here's the breakdown. The Ford runs on two A-1B nuclear reactors. What does that mean? It means it has practically unlimited range. It's like a car with an infinite gas tank. It can roam the world's oceans for years without ever needing to meet up with a fuel tanker. The Fujian, however, uses conventional steam turbines. Now, it's still very powerful, for sure, but it's on a leash, a logistical leash made of fuel ships. That really limits how long it can stay out and how far it can go.
Just to put that nuclear advantage into perspective, get this. The Ford can operate for more than 25 years before its reactors need to be refueled. 25 years. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That's a quarter of a century of nonstop power. That is what we mean when we say global reach.
So what does this all boil down to strategically? It's pretty straightforward, really. The Ford is a global 911 operator. It can rush to a crisis anywhere on the planet and stay there, on station, for a very, very long time. The Fujian, on the other hand, is built to be the king of its own neighborhood. It's a regional powerhouse, no doubt, but it's designed to dominate the waters closer to China, where its fuel supply lines are secure.
Okay, so the Ford clearly wins the endurance race, right? No contest. But the story gets way more interesting when we come up from the engine room and onto the flight deck, because this is where China has pulled off something, well, something pretty remarkable.
We're talking about EMALS, electromagnetic catapults, and here's the bombshell. Both the Ford and the Fujian have them. This is a massive deal, folks. EMALS is some seriously next-level tech. It launches planes using powerful magnets instead of steam, which is way smoother, more powerful, and lets you launch a whole range of different aircraft. The fact that China has cracked this nut puts the Fujian in a very exclusive, very elite club.
But, you know, having the fancy new gadget is one thing. Being able to use it over and over again at a blistering pace is another thing entirely. And this is where the Ford's experience and design really start to show. It can pump out 160 sorties, that's individual flights, on a normal day. And if things get heated, it can surge to an incredible 270. The Fujian's numbers are estimated to be a bit lower, but still, for a brand new system, it's seriously impressive. In a real fight, that pace, that combat tempo is absolutely crucial.
All right, so what about the planes themselves? The Ford, being bigger, obviously carries more of them, somewhere between 75 and 90. But check this out. The Fujian is bringing some new players to the game. It's rolling out China's new J-35 naval stealth fighter and its own advanced eye-in-the-sky early warning plane, the KJ-600. So while the Ford has the battle-proven F-35C and the legendary E-2D Hawkeye, the Fujian's brand new air wing is a total game-changer for China's naval air power.
So what does all this add up to? You see, these ships weren't just built with different parts. They were built with completely different purposes in mind. We're talking about two totally separate philosophies, two distinct game plans, each one shaped by the country that built it.
And this is where it all comes into focus. The Ford is designed to be a global force. Its job is to manage crises and deter bad guys anywhere and everywhere. The Fujian? Its mission is much more focused. It's a regional beast, built to control the seas in its own backyard, the Western Pacific and the South China Sea. It's designed to create this bubble, what military folks call an A2/AD, or anti-access/area denial zone. Basically, a big keep-out sign for any potential adversary.
Yeah, the USS Ford is so much more than just a warship. It's a 100,000-ton piece of American territory that can sail anywhere it wants. It is the gold standard, the benchmark for global naval power. Just its presence on the horizon sends a message that you can't ignore.
And in the same way, the Fujian is more than just steel and wires. It's a powerful symbol of China's incredible technological rise and its ambition to become a top-tier naval power. It's a statement that says we can challenge the old rules right here in our home waters. Okay, so we've looked at the engines, the planes, the big picture strategy. What's the bottom line? Who's got the edge as we sail into this new era of competition? Look, the Ford still holds some serious trump cards. First, that nuclear power gives it stamina that's just off the charts. Second, its ability to launch planes is the fastest in the world, period. Third, it's plugged into this massive, battle-tested global communications network that the US has been perfecting for decades. And on top of all that, it's highly automated, which means it runs more efficiently with a smaller crew.
But make no mistake, the Fujian is an absolute game changer. The fact that China mastered the electromagnetic launch system is a huge technological statement. Its new air wing, with its own stealth fighters and early warning planes, makes it a truly dangerous opponent. And it's custom-built for one job: to rule its home turf.
So where does that leave us? The USS Ford is still, without a doubt, the top dog. It's the benchmark. But the Fujian is proof that the gap is closing, and maybe a lot faster than anyone really expected. The arrival of this ship isn't just about a new piece of hardware. It's a signal of a major shift. Which leaves us with the big question: what does this new era of competition really mean for the future of the world's oceans?
And that's our look at these two incredible machines. Hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, it would mean a lot if you'd hit that like button, share this with someone who'd find it interesting, and of course, subscribe to Global Warwatch Network. We really appreciate you tuning in.
Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think the Fujian is a true peer competitor? Or does the Ford still have an unbeatable advantage? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And hey, let's keep the conversation going on our social media channels. All the links for that are waiting for you in the description. Thanks again for watching.